Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have to apologize. I know it's been a long time. It's not like I didn't do anything. I've made videos, definitely, but just to edit them, you guys have no idea what the struggle of editing is like. It's crazy. It's very crazy, to be honest, and I've also been preoccupied with a lot of things lately, and then given this whole period to, trying to push myself to do things is also a bit tough. But here I am. So I'm going to be posting on that video after this, So most likely 2 videos this week because, I really feel bad. I haven't done anything for a while. It's been probably a month or something, And I promise to try my best to make sure I post more often and make sure I post as often as I can, basically. Guys, see my face. Hey God. Me, pimples. I'm pained though. I'm pained. How? Anytime I look in the mirror, I'm like, what happened? Although I have to admit, during the time I was in Lagos, I didn't have the soap and normal cream I normally use. I left it over here in Ibadan, so I had to make do with what I had there. So I guess that's where all these things came from. But I really hope they would go soon. So for all of you that usually have flawless skin like me, but look at me now, don't take it for granted though. Don't, because I think that's what I did. But hopefully I'm trying to disappear soon. Anyway, back to it. So today we're going to be talking on friendship. Okay, so this topic is something very dear to me, and it's something I kind of take seriously. Anyone that knows me would know would know how much I take friendship very, very seriously, So what exactly is it, or what exactly does it mean to me? So for me, friendship is having some kind of relationship, with one or more people, basically. So it could be whoever it is you claim to be your friend, regardless of age, whether they are young, they are old, it doesn't matter. As long as you guys have that special bond and relationship, you guys vibe together, you do things together or certain things together. It doesn't have to be everything, And it's always very cool to have, someone around to do those kind of things with, basically, But yeah. So, but when people hear of friendship, obviously we think of friends, but one thing that comes to mind is this whole issue of fake friends, that kind of thing. But one thing personally, when I hear people, especially people that complain about fake friends so much, I'm like, have you asked yourself why probably the kind of friends that you get attracted to, or the kind of friends that you're attracted to are normally fake? Have you checked whether you're fake yourself? Have you? Very important. You can't be pointing fingers at others and not point at yourself. At least try to reflect. Am I a fake friend too? If you are, then trace your steps back and try to do better, basically, So, but with the whole issue of friendship thing, I think we definitely have to be very mindful of people who call our friends, but one thing I know is before you decide to form some kind of bond or start some kind of bond with somebody, it's important to observe and see how they roll with their own friends, basically, and who they are as a person. Obviously you also get to know that probably with conversations, and all, but also watching and observing what they do, at any point in time, how they relate to that people and all this kind of thing before you jump in and start calling fake friends up and down. So it's very important that we do that, And then, okay, so one thing that also sticks out with friendship is when it comes to values and beliefs, I mean, sometimes we notice at a point in time probably I and our friends, we seems like we're going on different paths, because of our own beliefs, our own values, and all that, Or sometimes we've already noticed that from the onset, but that shouldn't pose as a problem at all, because it's part of life. But as long as you guys can walk through it, and find some kind of level ground, basically, or there's a point where you guys like meet, then that's good enough, basically, So when there's that issue of, oh, probably my friend is going a separate way, or we are going in different directions, or there's issue of distance and stuff like that, it shouldn't, affect your relationship so much. But if you guys are willing to work on it, it won't be pose as much of a problem as long as you try to stay in touch and all that, There are people who probably feel different a bit, or struggle to fit in quotes. Like, I don't think you should try to fit in. I just believe people who are meant to be with you, would be there. It may take a while. It may take you longer than probably some people before you find those ones that like you vibe with you, or people that are willing to accommodate, to accept all your baggages, because we all have baggages. But one thing you should know is that you shouldn't like start trying to like probably one way or the other like fitting in, like, oh, I don't want to feel so lonely, or I don't want to feel so different in quotes and all whatnot, But you have to learn to be patient, no matter how long it takes. Basically, the ones that will find you, and the ones that are meant to be friends with you and all will be. Because when you end up trying to fit in quotes, you end up abandoning certain important aspects, of self, in quotes, you become another person, basically, because you're not patient enough, or you are, you're afraid you end up alone or something like that. But you shouldn't do that. Like, you shouldn't, because in the end, it's still going to fall back on you, and you're still going to feel very hurt. Because by the time you realize these are not my kind of people, these are not the people I know I should be hanging out with, or these are not the kind of people that I vibe with, but because I don't want to be alone or something, then therefore I'm just going to settle and stay here and be who I'm not. It's not a very healthy and wise decision to make. So we have to be very mindful about that. I remember especially with me and high school too. I was someone that growing up I was talky, like I was like a talker. I was very chatty and all. I was up and about, And right from when I was young, I really liked meeting new people. That kind of people come around my house, I would want to be like all over them, in quotes. I just found it fun, and it was one of the ways I killed, for me to kill boredom as a child, because the certain period of time where it was like I was the only female child, that period wasn't very fun for me, because I was all girly and all, and then the only people I'm surrounded by are boys, 3 boys for that matter. So it was kind of difficult for me. So I just would kill boredom by being so chatty, and then being around my parents' visitors, something like that. But with time, especially like in high school, I wasn't so chatty anymore. I became kind of like quiet. Basically, and I just began to observe, because I feel high school is one of like the very major times you begin to notice certain things with yourself, feelings you never knew you had before, you will feel them. And then you get to learn more about yourself, and that's where the whole trying to fit in usually starts from basically. So I know with me, and I would just stay, observe and all. I had few friends basically, and I noticed at times I would try to fit in, or try to, do something like, oh, so I could at least probably fit in with this group of people. It did not work because of my kind of person. I just don't know how to fake my being. Like, even if I try, I just don't know how to do it. One way or the other, I'm just going to like, fucking, excuse me. I'm just going to be like, nada, I'm going back. So I had to just stay, and then just, associate with the ones that it took a while, but I was able to find my people, and funny enough, at least there are still very few of them that I know I'm still in touch with. We still talk, and especially one of them. I was, we're still like as close as ever. We talk about stuff. Nothing much has changed apart from issue of distance, basically. So it took a while for me, but I had to learn to just still. Not even I had to learn. I couldn't try. I couldn't. What kind of person that tries to feel? Because before I know it, there was just something that went like, I beg, fuck it. I'm going back to myself. I beg. I can't do this. I can't deal with all those things. So it became a lot easier, and with time, with university, I met a lot of people that I could at least vibe with, one way or the other, and it was very cool and fun. It was worth it, basically. So I just, you shouldn't just settle for others just because I don't want to feel alone, or I don't want to feel like, I don't want to feel left out and blah blah blah. You won't enjoy it. You won't. It will be very sad eventually, if you try to do that. So just be yourself. But I'm not saying if there are certain negative traits you have, like you shouldn't work on. That's not what I'm talking about when I say be yourself, please. If there are certain things or negative stuff that you do or something, you can try and work on that, basically. But I'm not talking of that aspect. I'm talking of probably people that feel, oh, I'm a bit weird, or or unusual, or people won't like this thing because I am this or I'm that. You should just be yourself, basically. Another very important thing I'd like to talk about is issue of like letting go of friends or certain friends. I'm sure if not everyone, but at least most people have had, have have had to let go of people, or friends, or previous friends in their lives. Basically, I know I'm one of them, and it's not easy. Like it's tough, especially when it's someone that you vibe with and it's like you guys are like, remember when I talked about people going different paths but finding a common ground or finding a meeting point, basically, but in this situation whereby you guys can't find, that you guys don't meet anymore, so you guys are just spreading, like spreading as going separate, going separate directions, basically. And I know how very hard and tough it is, but when you know that you can't, you know it's time to move, you move. Because by moving, you create more space for yourself. If you know within yourself that yes, so it doesn't seem like things are working out, or this, particular friend or this person I'm having is probably toxic to my, one way or the other, person is toxic, for me, or the person and person just can't meet anymore, it's time to, then you should know it's time to take a step back, and just create more space. You still meet people eventually. You still sometimes maybe meet people similar to that person that you eventually let go. Because one thing I believe is there are some friendships that are forever, like very long term. But there are also some friendships that are not forever, You guys at this point in time, for one reason or the other, they needed you, you needed them, one way or the other, But once that purpose has been achieved, sometimes you guys, you see yourselves like probably going separate ways. But it doesn't mean, it's a bad thing, or it's something that should, so something that you should force, especially when you know that it's not working. It's just best to go and then just open. When you let go and all, you create more space for other people that are meant to be for you, and you just stay in there, and then you're fine, you're cool. Basically, it's not easy, to be honest. I know it's not easy. I have done it the few times I had to do stuff like that, but I know it wasn't easy. But when you know it's for the best, it's affecting you one way or the other, or it's making you, it's affecting you negatively one way or the other, then it's best for you to, your mental health is important. You can't go and come and die. So it's better you just move on. And for some people, eventually, they're able to find a common ground with their friends, they are able to like link up and everything is fine once again and all, But sometimes you'd never know until you actually try to let go, and then you see whether, if we're really meant to be friends, then we'll probably find that common ground again, or we'll be close again and stuff like that, So just don't stay and then let it keep disturbing you, stuff like that. So that's the other thing I want to talk about. Then One major thing also is forcing friendships. Don't force friendships. It's similar to what I said about being yourself and all. If something is not working, it's not working. If someone doesn't want to be friends with you, they don't want to be friends with you. We're moving, And with me, when I feel like I'm forcing myself on you or something like that, I move. I move. No one wants to feel like they are some kind of burden, or luggage that someone should be dragging or something like that. So if you see, it's like I'm forcing myself on this person in a clear way, Sometimes you feel the need to talk about it, like talk to the person about like, oh, like do you feel I'm forcing myself just to be sure or just to clear this thing? Then get to know. But don't force anything, especially when it comes to friendship, because trust me, you won't like it. You won't like the end result, basically. Yes. Then as a friend, learn to give the same energy you receive. If you are giving me, I can't be giving somebody an 85 and they are giving me 20. What? Why? You got to be going. Like, that is so not acceptable. So try to, if you're friends with someone that is there for you one way or the other, probably they are this kind of people that always make you laugh, no matter how sad or upset you are, then how to make you smile and all that, you can find what you can do for this. Like, friendship is giving and taking. So if they are giving this aspect of themselves, because there's people that are very funny and all, they make you laugh and stuff, but when it comes to you talking about like maybe very personal or very or certain issues and all, they are probably not good listeners. Just an example, they're probably not good listeners, but you are a good listener, that's what you can give, and you're probably not as funny or something, so that's like, I feel that's the fun of it, especially when you guys are giving different things. Like when you guys, it's just fun, there's just that mixture. I'm giving you this side, you're giving me another side, but it's as long as it's positive, it's good, and that's what matters basically, but what I'm talking about is when you are putting in so much effort to be like in a relationship or in a friend, to be feel like putting in so much, in a basically a relationship as well, being friends with someone and all, but they're not putting in as much effort. They need to take a step back and probably talk about it with your friends. It's important, because some people don't actually know that they are not until you like, oh, this is it. Like, if you notice that, talk about it with your friends, try to work it out with them. Just don't just like, oh, cut them off like that, because people are not actually very aware, that they do all these things. So those are my basic takes on friendship. So if there's any other thing you feel we should talk about, or I missed, or I didn't, talk about, or there's something you feel you want to say about this sort of friendship, feel free to drop your comments down there. Subscribe. So you guys, I need subscribers. Subscribe to my channel, Biko. Don't forget to like and share. Can like it if you like it, or if you don't like it, but shall like. So feel free to subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed this particular video. You guys, my second video, let me not tell you what it's going to be about. So just wait for it, okay? So thank you, and have a lovely day ahead.